The most famous London pleasure garden was Vauxhall Gardens in Lambeth, an outdoor venue for drinking, dining, dancing and all sorts of amusing and exotic entertainment. North Woolwich Gardens were built as part of a railway speculation on the easternmost edges of the London docks. The projectors of the scheme thought that a new railway line used to ship coal and freight into Essex and Norfolk might also carry tourists to a landscape garden beside the river. Trains ran from Bishopsgate and Fenchurch Street, and within a few years, the gardens hosted 20,000 visitors a day. Popular attractions included watching aeronauts ascend in hot air balloons and outdoor dancing. The gardens began with a monster marquee capable of holding more than 1,000 couples dancing the waltz and the polka. Taking a break from dancing, one might watch an assortment of circus acts, including firewalkers, tightrope artists and acrobats, and pyrotechnics. The gardens also had their own small theatre and hosted music hall acts. Adverts from 1852 highlight a brass band with the well-known conductor Mr Gratan Cook, with dancing beginning at 7 o'clock with splendid illumination, i.e. a profusion of gaslights. Dances are organised by a dancing master or master of ceremonies called Mr Moxey. Evenings finish with fireworks, a grand panoramic and pyrotechnic display of the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. Sam Cowell, arguably music hall's first international superstar, appeared at the Gardens in 1856. Cowell came from a theatrical family and had previously appeared at Evans's Supper Rooms in Covent Garden and most famously the Canterbury Hall in Lambeth. Music hall acts, in fact, increasingly appeared at North Woolwich, and the grounds in turn would be managed by two famous music hall proprietors, Charles Morton and William Holland or Bill Holland. Holland ran much publicised baby shows within the Gardens in 1869 and 1870. Contestants came from as far as Manchester and Scotland to participate. Mothers were arrayed on numbered chairs laid out in long rows, obliged to sit while the public strolled past, occasionally pausing to ask questions or compliment their child. By the 1880s, pleasure gardens were finally considered rather passé, a quaint place of old-fashioned entertainment. Pleasure gardens, more practically, were also more difficult to run and maintain than, say, a grand music hall, and crucially, constantly at the mercy of the unpredictable British summer. A campaign was launched, dubbed the North Woolwich Garden Acquisition Fund, with the Duke of Westminster as chairman, to acquire the ground as a public park. Nothing now hints that this humble park beside the Thames was once one of the capital's busiest places of amusement, where thousands enjoyed all the fun of the fair, danced under the stars, watched an elaborate display of the fireworks, and then hurried to catch the last train home.